Hi, I'm Chad with Move for Guitar. This lesson is from our series Chord Progressions for Beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to show you 5 popular chord progressions. So this is lesson 4 on the series that I'm doing on beginner chord progressions. If you need to watch the other lessons, you can do that first. If you don't understand what chord progressions are, or you want more chord progressions, you can go back and watch 1 through 3. But if you understand chord progressions and you're just looking for some new chord progressions, you can watch this and this will still be useful to you. I'm just going to dive in and show you different chord progressions, and I'm going to show you them in the key of G just to keep it simple. But if you want to watch those other ones and get more information and more chord progressions, click the link on the screen and it'll take you to those. So this first chord progression I'm going to show you is a 1, 6, 4, 5. So in the key of G, that's a G, E minor, C, and D. So it could sound something like this. And there I just went from a G to an E minor 7 to a C add 9 to a D. Or you could change the rhythm up, use the same chords, change the rhythm up, and come up with something that sounds completely different. So like I've said in all the other lessons, the rhythm, the strumming patterns, the duration you hold the chords, that's all up to you. It's just that's a chord progression, and there's a lot you can do to change it up and come up with your own sound. So the next chord progression is a 1, 6, 2, 5 this time. Instead of the last one was a 1, 6, 4, 5. This time we're going to 1, 6, 2, 5. So in the key of G, that's a G, E minor, A minor, D. So you could come up with something like this. Next one I'm going to show you is a 1, 2, 4, 5. So that would be a G, A minor, C, D. And you could play something like this. So that time I went a G, A minor, C, just all the regular chords. And this time I took that C shape and slid up, and that becomes a D add 9 add 11. So that's still just a D major chord, but that's where you get. But if I wanted to keep it simple, I could have just gone from that C to a regular D. It's just still a 1, 2, 4, 5, and those Ds are still 5s. It's just I use this shape, that voicing that chord. So the next chord progression is a 1, 3, 2. So just 3 chords. That goes from a G to an E minor to an A minor in the key of G. So you can play any type of rhythm. And the last one I'm going to show you in this lesson is a 4, 5, 1, 6. So this time I'm starting on the 4, I'm not starting on the 1. And in the key of G, that would be C, D, G, E minor. So that could sound something like this. So again, that time for the D, I slid up and played that D add 9 add 11 chord, which adds a nice sound. So those are 5 more chord progressions that are really popular that you can play around with and come up with your own ideas to make your own songs using different strumming patterns, rhythms. And like I said in the other lessons, you can combine chord progressions for different parts of songs, or you could even break the chord progressions up and repeat 2 chords over and over again until you move on to the next, or move on to the next chords after repeating those. And you can go back to the other lessons and watch how I showed how to do that. But again, you just use these, come up with your own ideas, and also it's what you'll find in a lot of songs, so it'll be really useful to get down and get the sound in your head, and you'll start recognizing them when you listen to popular songs. So get those down, and in the next lesson I'm going to explain how to make minor key chord progressions out of the key of G, and that'll be a really useful lesson for you to understand how to do that. And then the lesson after that, I'll show you different minor key chord progressions that are popular and get that sound in your head as well. So go ahead and move on to the next lesson when you're ready, and also be sure to subscribe because we add at least one new lesson every day.